So basically in Brazil, and Moses, help me if I'm wrong here, or just add in the pieces where I miss out. There's this movement called Without Land. And these people, what they do is they, by law, they can invade your land and, in a sense, squat in your land. And it's legally, like, because I think it goes down to, like, the portions. And either the police can't come and remove them. The government can't come out and remove them. So these guys are taking, like, matters into their own land, their own hands. Look at this story here. Hold on.
Aí nosso país aí. A imagem gravada do helicóptero mostra o momento em que integrantes do MST destroem o pomar. O trator derruba tudo que encontra pela frente.
So they're destroying the land out of spite and out of. And then look at what this lady says. She's part of it.
Na fazenda há 1 milhão de pés de laranja plantados. Os manifestantes dizem que só cortaram alguns deles para plantar feijão.
Não destruímos nada, retiramos pés de laranja para iniciar o plantio de feijão, entendendo que ninguém vive só de laranja.
A sede foi tomada.
So she was saying, basically, we took out a bunch of orange trees because we were basically they were eating off of the land of the guy, of the farmer.
So they repurposed his land.
So they repurposed his land and said, "I'm going to cut this down and replant some new stuff or whatever they thought of doing."
I mean, she's right. We can't live off of oranges alone, but at the same time, it's like, well, if you sell all the oranges,
and they're not your oranges, that's the whole point.
Well, you're right. That's the biggest point. It's like, this isn't even your property. Like, what are you doing?
Dude, it blows my mind.
Well, there was a thing I think Bolsonaro did, I think kind of early on, was that he allowed for people who live in more rural areas to, before there were restrictions on what kind of guns you could own in Brazil, now they've kind of opened them up a little bit so that people in these areas could better defend themselves, because like cops are, not like in the U.S. where like if you call a police officer, they'll be here in like 3 minutes.
Right. In Brazil,
it's a completely different story. You know that. And so by allowing these folks to better defend themselves, I mean, it was kind of like an equalizer for them, so they can kind of prevent crap like this happening. And so it's just ridiculous. I mean, the whole concept itself is dumb. Like, you haven't worked for it, but because I just want to be there and take over.
No, and I haven't explained it right. There's a much better explanation of it, like how they justify. Hold on a second. There's a much better way to explain what their logic is. What they started. I think the way this law started, and my Brazilian friends who are listening now are probably dying and killing themselves right now because he's like, oh, that's not how it works. That's not how it went. From what I understand, all right, is that there's a portion of land that
we should do a call-in feature so people can call in.
Yeah, call in.
Like, look, you're being an idiot.
This is bro politics, bro international affairs.
We're just talking crap here. We don't really.
There's
know
a
what
part.
we're talking about.
There's a part of your land who you're not using.
Yeah.
That part of your land, people can move in and sort of help you. And this is how they phrase it: help you start producing in that land. But what if you don't want to? What if, no, this is part of my land. I'm gonna do something in the future with it, or just leave it alone, or I don't. And this is what happens. You got situations like these. First of all, that's how he walks.
He just guns blazing. He's probably pre-gaming before this. A little bit of cachaça before he showed up.
Fazendo aí? Que porra é essa aí? Quem que é o líder aí dessa bagaça?
Bagaça.
Ô! O que estão fazendo aí na minha chácara aí? Ô!
So again, for these people are squatting in his land, right?
Yeah.
Que é isso aí, gente?
The guy's laying down. He's chilling. Look at him, dude. He's laying down.
No F's given.
No
None.
F's.
Quem que é o chefe aí dessa bagaça aí? O que você está fazendo aí, rapaz? É. Quem é o senhor que tá aí fazendo o que na minha chácara aí?
Sou o líder aqui.
Líder do cacete, rapaz.
O senhor tá alterado?
Alterado o cacete. O que você tá fazendo aí, cara? Minha chácara, olha o tamanho da minha chácara aí, ó.
Ah, o tamanho da chácara. Você tá chorando, eu não tenho nem isso.
Não, vai trabalhar pra ter?
Não, eu procuro...
He says, "Go work for it."
Yeah,
I worked for
exactly.
it.
Eu trabalhei pra ter isso aqui. Ei, vai ficar bravo por quê?
Tá pensando o quê? Aqui
Eu
já
não tô
tá...
pensando nada, tô
Aqui já
pensando
tá...
pra ser vazado aí,
já
rapaz.
tá dominado.
Não interessa.
Okay.
Aqui é resistência.
Resistência
Cadê o
cacete,
documento
resistência
da
pra
tua
mim é
chácara?
diferente as coisas.
Cadê o documento da tua
Não,
chácara?
senhor, não quero saber documento.
Então vem,
I'll show you a document.
He's about to pull out a document, all right.
Eu entro aqui.
The realm of the 38.
É tua chácara.
Não
Tá
é?
pensando o quê? Você tá desrespeitando o movimento sem terra, você não sabe ler, ó.
Que cacete sem
Aqui.
terra, rapaz. Vamos trabalhar.
Bro, he's legit quoted it too.
A presidente Dilma.
Oh, here we go, Dilma.
Oh, and to her
Lula's.
authority.
Ó, vocês fazem favor,
They
suma
impeached
daí.
president.
Tem negócio, faz
Here we
favor.
go, baby.
Tem
Here we
negócio,
go.
não.
Aqui ninguém entra.
Ah, quero eu, mas é minha chácara, velho.
Então entra aqui, eu quero
Eu
ver.
entro a hora que eu quiser aí. Ah,
Tá pensando o quê?
He pulled out a knife on him, or a scythe. Is that what they call it? A scythe?
I don't know.
O senhor não...
Pega essa foice aí. Vamos ver? Vamos daí!
Dude.
Filha da puta, vem aqui, vagabundo!
Dude just straight ran into the bush.
Você suma daí, rapaz! Vai voltar!
He's like across the street talking crap still.
Vocês sumam daí também! Vambora daí, aqui não, aqui tem dono, rapaz! Aqui trabalhou pra ter isso aqui. Aqui não tem negócio não. Ah, aqui não, jacaré.
Fools, man.
Dude, that's full Brazilian right there.
Oh, he went full Brazilian on that one.
full with all the quotes. But I mean, listen, it's a sad situation seeing people, without homes or whatever. But it's also sad to see someone get their stuff.
Yeah,
just
it doesn't
invaded
give them
like
the
that.
right to just invade
Yeah.
and take from other people.